instantaneous destruction at 35,000 feet. Nobody knew why. The horrific end of China Airlines Flight 611 began subtly long before its final moments on May 25, 2002. This Boeing 747-200B, registered B18255, had flown 22 years, connecting Taipei and Hong Kong, a path across the sky. 193 passengers and 19 crew members, a total of 212 souls, departed Taoyuan International Airport that Saturday. Just 25 minutes into the flight, at its cruise altitude of 35,000 feet, the aircraft vanished from radar. Air traffic controllers received no distress calls, no warnings, just abrupt silence. Investigators later pieced together a devastating structural failure. The root cause was traced to a prior tail strike on February 7, 1980. The aft fuselage suffered significant damage then. A repair was performed on the lower aft fuselage by China Airlines technicians on May 26, 1980. However, that repair was fatally flawed. Instead of replacing the damaged section, the technicians applied a doubler patch, too small and incorrectly installed. This patch was only 11 inches by 15 inches, covering just a portion of the stressed area, leaving main structural fatigue points vulnerable. Over the next 22 years of continuous operation, 6,180 pressurization cycles slowly expanded the inadequately repaired crack. Every ascent and descent acted like a tiny hammer on compromised metal. The crack grew from microscopic to 71 inches, a giant tear hidden beneath layers of paint. On its final flight, the weakened fuselage could no longer withstand immense forces. The aircraft was traveling at approximately 450 knots when primary structural elements gave way. This sudden catastrophic event did not just tear the plane apart, it also severed vital hydraulic lines and electrical systems feeding the autopilot. The aircraft's autopilot then, receiving corrupted data, began issuing extreme and uncontrolled commands, fighting pilots. This went beyond malfunction, becoming an active rogue system, accelerating breakup. The entire tail section catastrophically separated from the main body due to structural failure and frantic autopilot efforts. This resulted in explosive decompression, tearing the aircraft apart in mid-air. Debris scattered over 23 by 10 nautical miles off the Penghu Islands in the Taiwan Strait. Black box recordings recovered from the deep ocean floor provided crucial insights, revealing final 4 minutes of flight data. The cockpit voice recorder showed no indication of trouble until a loud bang signaled the end. The flight data recorder registered extreme G-forces, -5 Gs, then +3 Gs, then 0 Gs, as the aircraft disintegrated. Recovery efforts spanned several months, with hundreds of personnel searching ocean depths. Every wreckage piece was meticulously catalogued and reassembled in a hangar, a painstaking process. The final investigation report, released February 1st, 2005, explicitly detailed inadequate repair and subsequent system failures, a primary cause. This was a direct result of poor maintenance practices and failure to follow the Boeing Structural Repair Manual. The 71-inch crack was identified at the S485L frame station of the fuselage, a critical point for structural integrity. The accident forever changed aviation maintenance protocols, emphasizing thorough inspections, precise repairs, and complex system interaction understanding. It was a stark reminder. Even advanced machinery can be brought down by one overlooked flaw decades in the making. A failure costing 212 lives and revealing rogue control system response. A 35,000-foot ghost took 212 lives. China Airlines Flight 611 met an instantaneous destruction on May 25, 2002, after flying 22 years. This Boeing 747-200B, registered B18255, connected Taipei and Hong Kong, a familiar path. 193 passengers and 19 crew members, a total of 212 souls, departed Taoyuan International Airport that Saturday, just 25 minutes into its flight at its cruise altitude of 35,000 feet. The aircraft vanished from radar screens. Air traffic controllers received no distress calls, no warnings, just an abrupt radio silence. Investigators later pieced together a devastating structural failure traced directly to a prior tail strike on February 7, 1980. The aft fuselage had suffered significant damage back then, a critical weakness introduced. A repair was performed on the lower aft fuselage by China Airlines technicians on May 26, 1980. However, that repair proved fatally flawed, a death sentence for the future. Instead of replacing the damaged section, technicians applied a doubler patch, an insufficient fix. This patch was too small and incorrectly installed, measuring only 11 inches by 15 inches of cover. It covered just a portion of the stressed area, leaving main structural fatigue points dangerously vulnerable. Over the next 22 years of continuous operation, 6,180 pressurization cycles slowly expanded the inadequately repaired crack hidden from view. Every ascent and descent acted like a tiny hammering force on the compromised metal. The crack grew from microscopic to a massive 71 inches, a giant tear concealed beneath layers of paint. On its final flight, the weakened fuselage could no longer withstand immense aerodynamic forces. The aircraft was traveling at approximately 450 knots when its primary structural elements gave way in the sky. This sudden catastrophic event did not just tear the plane apart, it violently severed vital hydraulic lines and electrical systems, feeding the autopilot. The aircraft's autopilot, then receiving corrupted data, began issuing extreme and uncontrolled commands, actively fighting the human pilots. This went beyond malfunction, becoming an active rogue system, accelerating the aircraft's breakup process. The entire tail section catastrophically separated from the main body due to structural failure and frantic autopilot efforts in a horrifying cascade. Explosive decompression tore the aircraft apart in mid-air, leaving no chance of survival. Debris scattered over an area of 23 by 10 nautical miles off the Penghu Islands in the Taiwan Strait. Black box recordings recovered from the deep ocean floor provided crucial insights, revealing the final 4 minutes of flight data leading to disaster. The cockpit voice recorder showed no indication of trouble until a loud bang signaled the tragic end. The flight data recorder registered extreme G-forces, showing -5 Gs, then +3 Gs, then 0 Gs as the aircraft disintegrated violently. Recovery efforts spanned several months, with hundreds of personnel searching the ocean depths for clues. Every wreckage piece was meticulously catalogued and reassembled in a hangar, a painstaking process for answers. The final investigation report, released February 1st, 2005, explicitly detailed inadequate repair and subsequent system failures as the primary catastrophic cause. This was a direct result of poor maintenance practices and a failure to follow the detailed Boeing structural repair manual. The 71-inch crack was specifically identified at the S485L frame station of the fuselage, a critical point for all structural integrity. The accident forever changed aviation maintenance protocols, emphasizing thorough inspections, precise repairs, and complex system interaction. Understanding worldwide. It was a stark reminder. Even advanced machinery can be brought down by one overlooked flaw decades in the making. A failure costing 212 precious lives and revealing a rogue control system response. A machine fought its own pilots in its final moments high above the ocean. China Airlines Flight 611 met instantaneous destruction on May 25, 2002, after 22 years of active flight. This Boeing 747-200B, registered B18255, departed Taoyuan International Airport with 193 passengers and 19 crew, a total of 212 souls. 25 minutes into its flight at 35,000 feet, the aircraft vanished from radar with no distress calls. This disaster stemmed from a tail strike on February 7, 1980, leading to a critical fuselage weakness. China Airlines technicians performed an inadequate repair on May 26, 1980. Instead of replacement, a doubler patch was applied, measuring only 11 inches by 15 inches, an insufficient fix covering just part of the stressed area, leaving main fatigue points vulnerable. Over 22 years, 6,180 pressurization cycles expanded a hidden crack to 71 inches. The weakened fuselage could not withstand immense aerodynamic forces, traveling at 450 knots, when primary structural elements gave way. This catastrophic event severed vital hydraulic and electrical lines, feeding corrupted data to the autopilot. The aircraft's autopilot, receiving extreme signals, began issuing uncontrolled commands, actively fighting human pilots, becoming a rogue system, accelerating the aircraft's breakup process. The entire tail section separated from the main body due to structural failure and frantic autopilot efforts. Explosive decompression tore the aircraft apart in mid-air, leaving no chance of survival for 212 lives. Debris scattered 23 by 10 nautical miles off the Penghu Islands in the Taiwan Strait. Black box recordings provided crucial insight revealing final 4 minutes of flight data. The cockpit voice recorder showed no trouble until a loud bang. The flight data recorder registered extreme G-forces, -5 Gs, then +3 Gs, then 0 Gs during violent disintegration. Recovery efforts spanned months with hundreds of personnel. The final investigation report, released February 1, 2005, detailed inadequate repair and system failures as the primary cause, a direct result of poor maintenance. The 71-inch crack was specifically at the S485L frame station. This accident changed aviation maintenance protocols, emphasizing thorough inspections, precise repairs, and complex system interaction understanding. Worldwide, a stark reminder of one overlooked flaw, costing 212 lives.